Right now, it's funeral settings. All I can see is Arsenal is just celebrating at the South Stand. It's mad right now. Break it down, just not good enough from our captain. You expect your captain, of all people, to step up to the occasion.
Yep.
Your most experienced players you call upon. You don't expect your most important player, the most important line of defense, to concede such a needless and unexpected goal when we're under no pressure. And for a goalkeeper, if the ball's coming right, you expect them to catch it. There's no way that is not a howler, that doesn't stink.
Yep.
That smells so bad. So bad. I can't believe that, again, we're talking about Lloris in the same situation. I can't believe that we're making mistakes game after game after game after game. It just doesn't make sense. Like, this is the one game when you need to turn up. North London derby, where Banter FC, we don't want to look like bottle jobs. We're trying to move away from the term Spursy. But guess what? We're Spursy. We are Spursy. Whether you like it or not. Levy in, Levy out, it doesn't matter. Because when it comes to the big occasions, when it comes to times that matter, yeah? When it comes to stopping Arsenal from winning the league, you need to stand up, you need to turn up, you need to count, you need to be counted, you need to make your voice heard. You need big performances, especially from your capo. If your capo's not turning up and he's not doing the basics, yeah? I don't want to hear any more of this shot-stopping nonsense. I don't want to hear it, because when you can't do a simple catch and you're spilling it and you're looking like a clown, come on, man, what do you expect?
So, do you think that Conte needs to take some blame on that? Because it's not the first mistake. These are constant mistakes. That
But what do you do? Do you take Lloris, the captain, off? It's mad in the middle of a game.
No, it's not even that. Why start him?
What, you saying don't start our captain? It's crazy. It's like, what's that got to do with Conte? What can you do if Lloris is having a mare and you're tactically set up? Yep. You've done all the homework. You've had a whole week to prepare. You right? Lloris has been our number one keeper for how many years? For the whole season. And he's had one or two bad games. People can argue, it happens, you're mistaken him. But it's
constant. It's the constant bad games. It's
but
not,
what do you do?
Just a one-off,
I know, but do you put your second choice goalkeeper and Forrester? Do you start him against the North? It's the North London derby. Like, it's crazy because I don't know. Like, before that game, would you have started what was our last game? Our last game was Pompey, right?
Pompey. So Forrester was in goal.
Forrester was in goal.
Palace before that.
He didn't make a mistake. He didn't make a mistake.
He made one save.
He made one save. Yeah. He didn't have to do much. It was 3-0. He had a clean sheet. So then do you start all of a sudden say, after your clean sheet, I'm going to take you up? It doesn't make any sense. So you can't blame that on Conte. That's not Conte's. You could do all the tactical, everything you want. You can sit down and say, we're going to play 3-4-3 when we're out of position. Out of possession, we can play 5-4-1. You can do everything to prep for that week. But when Lloris makes an absolute... Bro, it just stinks, bro. I don't know. I'm done, innit? Go on.
So in that, so for me, there's two players to blame for that goal, and I'll say this again. Cesc allows Saka way too much room. He allows him to get past him very easily, which then allows the shot to come in. Now, Cesc should have dealt with it a lot earlier than what happened, right? So that's the first one. And then you got Thomas Partey, who was dictating stuff in midfield. So there's Højbjerg. Højbjerg is not doing his job. He did his job in the second half, probably more. I think they might put Sarr on that side because Højbjerg was not doing his job, right? Which then meant he kept threading these balls to Saka, who was then left one-on-one with Cesc, right? So it's a case again. Why is Cesc playing in such a big game?
Because he's a better defender than Perisic. Argue me different.
Is he really?
Yes, he is.
Is he really? Because he hasn't proved that at all this season that he is a better defender.
He is a better defender.
Because he's
made more tackles than Perisic.
But you look at last week.
The only defensive, I'd say, look, Perry, the only defensive I would say positive about him is in the air. Headers, he's won more headers. And that's because of his height advantage. Apart from that, Perry gets beaten all day long on that side.
So let me ask you this question. You said we went to be on the front foot and be more attacking.
Yeah, we had to. We're 2-0 down. We had to.
No, but more in the first half, in the first 10 minutes, because it was like, so why?
Oh yeah, first half. Yeah, correct.
So why,
correct.
if you're going to go that way,
it's a London derby. You have to be.
Why are you going to go with Cesc over Perisic? Would you not go with the better player out of the two?
No, I get it, but I think basically what he went for youth, he went for defensive solidity. It didn't. I know. I hear you, brother. It's the whole point of the argument.
And the two goals that come from. If you look,
it comes from the left-hand side. I get it.
Both goals come.
But do you not say Højbjerg? No, but listen. If my wing back, my full back, whatever you want to call him, my back defender has pushed all the way up, I have to be switched on. I have to be. I can't. Knowing that Saka is a problem. Everyone knows that the three, look, you got Saka. No, I'm talking about Nketiah. Yeah. Saka, Ødegaard, and Martinelli. They're the ones that are going to be wide. Yep. They're going to be the ones that are going to exploit the space because they know our wing backs. We know we play a wing back position. Yeah. So if we're playing a wing back position and we have three at the back, not two at the back, the three centre backs, they split wide. So the three your left side centre back becomes now a left full back, yep. Right? Which Longley was, right? But you don't want to leave Longley isolated by himself because
it happened for the second goal where it was him and Cesc together being isolated,
right? And Ødegaard will be free in space, or Ødegaard will cause trouble, which he did
in the first half.
So you need to help out your left centre back, right? That's playing left back essentially, because Cesc pushed up because we're going more attacking. You need Højbjerg, who is a defensive midfielder or a double pivot in that. Because he wasn't attacking a lot in that first half. So you need to be doing something. What are you doing? We need you to do something. If you're not turning up attackingly, we need you to be at least switched on defensively.
Just going back to your point, actually, because we've got two super chats here.
Go for it.
Having our captain be in a state of semi-retirement is a bad situation. Lloris should quit now and be achieved by scouting a worthy successor. And that was from Kaylee Davis again. Thank you, Kaylee. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name, but thank you for the super chat. He says, rather having Doherty left wing back and Emerson right wing back to starting. Now, I said something similar earlier because
fair enough.
I'm in the same situation. If you're not going to play Perisic, right, which I get.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Play Doherty left wing back because he's more defensive minded. Royale can, as we've all said, Royale's not great going forward. But at this present moment,
I can see that.
At this present moment,
you're right.
Royale's becoming a better option.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's worrying.
I can see that.
That's worrying.
But if you look at the first half, where did all of our attacks come from? That's my argument. Yeah. Because he's being so offensive, and he's going to be more offensive, and he works.
He would be more offensive as well because you look when he
100%, 1,000%. Again, I agree with that. So, I agree with that. I can see that.
This is where I'm looking at Conte going. I looked at that Portsmouth game last week, right? And a League One player got the better of Cesc all game. Like you would have thought, oh my God, what the hell's going on here? He's meant to be a championship player, at least quality. And he's not even producing that. I totally admit.
Okay, take the first goal. Take the first goal out of it.
Yeah.
Take the first goal.
Because I can't take the first goal because there was 3 situations where Saka was left with Cesc, where Partey's played that ball and again, Højbjerg.
I think it's a collective. It's a collective.
But if you look at the right-hand side, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
It's a totally different.
But like you said, I think they've actually targeted that side to say that's the weakness. Because if Emerson Royale was on that right, they think they would have targeted the right-hand side.
That's why we should have gone with Emerson Royale. Martinelli wouldn't have got much change.
But what I'm saying is because you got your player in Cesc in that possession, and Cesc is going to push high up. I agree with you. Doherty could have played on that left-hand side. Yep. Does Doherty make a difference defensively? It's debatable.
Yep.
Who knows?
He's just a better option than Royale.
Who knows? No, I'm saying if Doherty was left wing back, sorry.
He's had some good games for us.
Because left wing back, attackingly, I respect Doherty a lot.
Because he's more forward thinking.
And also,
our wing backs.
It's on his right foot. He can shoot with his right foot. Yeah. So in those chances that Sessegnon got, Doherty might have hit the target. Well, not to say that Sessegnon didn't hit the target, but I'm just saying he might have had more of a goal threat than Sessegnon. But my problem is it's a collective where if a wing back's pushing forward, you can't let Longley be isolated by himself.
No, because
equally, Sessegnon sometimes look isolated in those positions. So you need to depend on your teammates and helping you out. One-on-one situations with Saka shouldn't be allowed. Do you understand? Yeah. So just help him out. Because if it was a thing where he's this 2-on-1 and then Sessegnon still getting beat, then I would say Sessegnon, come on. but he's isolated by himself. You don't want those situations where you're isolated by yourself. And do you blame Conte for that, or do you blame Højbjerg for that? Do you understand? So this is where the coin toss up. Do you need a better quality of player? Because for me, Højbjerg of late, now he started off good. He had a good season and he's been contributing goals. He's been his best goal scorer in season so far. But what I'm saying is, defensively, has he been a ball-winning defensive midfielder or a double pivot? Has he been a player that's been able to protect our back three? Has he been a player that's been able to fill in for the wing backs? Has he been a player that's been able to protect? That is my question mark. Do you understand?
Yeah. Do you think with Højbjerg, and I've said this since he joined, he was all right at the beginning, but since Benson Cork's come in, if Benson Cork's not with him...
We've seen the levels.
If Benson Cork's not with him, we start to see this Højbjerg that we saw today. But when Benson Cork's there, we see a better Højbjerg.
Correct.
And we actually as them two as a midfield work, and I don't know why, it just works. So for me,
I don't know that because Sarr played well. I thought Sarr played well.
Let's take the positives out today. Let's talk about some of the positives. I know we have to, but let's look at Sarr. He came into his first North London derby. How do you think he got on?
Sarr did what Sarr does best, and he was good at pressing high, winning the ball back. I think he was a good shadow for Højbjerg because sometimes on that left side, I see him come over. He came over centrally, and I was like, bruv, why can I only see Sarr? Where's Højbjerg? Because if I see Sarr mopping up, I want to see Højbjerg slightly further up. And if you're slightly further up, I need to see you contributing in that position. I need you to either drive the ball or be making those passes, those forward passes in between the lines into Kane, into Son, into Kulusevski. Too many times we've had to go long and we haven't had a plan B where we had in that midfield we're able to bring the ball forward under pressure, bake the press and play it forward. But that hasn't been forward. It's just been Sarr by himself. Sorry to bring Højbjerg back into it. But yeah, for me, Sarr has played well. It's his first, it's his debut. To be fair, his first league start. So what more do you want from the kid? Do you know what I mean?
I agree. It's kind of one of them situations. I looked at it when. After Højbjerg's performance today, if he had gone with Skip and Sarr, I'd probably gone, all right then. But obviously hindsight's a wonderful thing. But as a collective,
I think even Basuma, when Basuma came on,
I didn't think Longley was great, but I'm not going to sit here and have a go at the back three because actually, personally, they didn't let much through.
They didn't much through. I think
a lot of the problems came from, and I keep saying it, but Cess is a lot of the issues of what happened. But
even when all right, fair enough. All right, where did Ødegaard score the goal from?
In the middle, which again Højbjerg, but you have to look at the bit. No, but it's a good point.
So that's what I say. It's a collective. That's what my point is. It's a collective.
It's a collective.
So I can't just isolate Cess and say S.
But it's two goals.
Cess is piss poor defensively. I can't. I'm not running away from that.
But in both goals, he's been part of both. Where
I hear you, but I just feel like
Højbjerg is the second. So Cess is the main part in both goals.
You think he's the main culprit towards it?
Yeah. And I think you put Perisic in there, and I
don't think he adds that much defensive stability there. That's just my only thing. That's my argument. And I'm saying you're blaming Conte for that, for playing Cess.
I will blame Conte.
No, I don't, because I don't think
because he's got better players at his disposal.
Attacking though, Conte, if he plays Perry, he's more attacking. He's still going to leave that space in behind.
We don't know now. We don't know because the games happen.
I hear you, bro.
Perisic has played in games where he's been defensively okay. I get it, but we will never know because he hasn't played.
Look, for me, it could have been performance-wise, I didn't think it was terrible. I'm being honest. Performance-wise, I didn't think it was terrible. First half was left to be desired. Second half,
lost the Arsenal.
I'm talking about by the actual. I know. Listen. I've got many Arsenal friends. Sorry.
Well, let's just read the super chat out from Jory. He's put, Lloris is a fraud, and Conte knows that. He should not be playing with that. As a Conte fan, I'm fuming with Conte for not calling out the squad of losers and above Levy. Hashtag Levy out. Hashtag Enoch out. So go on, as you were saying.
Listen, you can disagree with my point. My point is my point. I don't mind. We're here to have a voice. Look, big up to everyone in the comments.
Yeah.
I want you to, your say is very important right now because we've lost to Arsenal. That is like the biggest loss of our season so far at home as well. It's
Hurts.
one thing losing to Aston Villa at home, but losing to Arsenal 2 times on
That's
the
3 out
trot.
of 4 now.
It's not good. It's not good. Look for us. Arsenal have now got momentum. They're going to be buzzing going into the United game. We've got City next. We need to turn things around quickly. We're away. Conte's under pressure, in my opinion, because tactically, I don't know if we have the players to play the formation. Personally, in personality profile, it's just not working. It's not working at the moment. I don't know if we've got the formation to play a 4-3-3 even. I don't even know if we can do that. I know we went for a 4-2-4 in the second half. We went more attacking today. It didn't work, but I just personally think it's down to individual errors. As well as
it's been a constant thing this season.
And this is what I'm saying. And so how much can you blame Conte for 1 or 2 mistakes at 1-0? It's a different prospect.
I think where I'm going with the Conte, and I'm a Conte in, I don't want Conte to go. The reason why I'm blaming him today because the mistakes are happening apart from Højbjerg.
Yeah.
The mistakes are happening from the same usual suspects.
Correct.
And it's like...
Correct, I agree.
Because if Dyer makes a mistake today, I'm calling that Dyer as well because he's in that bracket.
He didn't play bad today.
He didn't play too bad. But Lloris, I'm going to call out why are you playing Lloris now. If Lloris is playing on Thursday... Conte, it's up to you.
He's going to play Thursday. He's going to play Thursday.
He needs to take.
That's too much of a big call to take Lloris out.
Is it really? Of the mistakes that happened this season, is it really? Because we looked at mistakes this season, and there's a lot we can. Newcastle, Arsenal.
No, you're right.
Villa.
You're right. Because when Dyer made a mistake, he came out the team.
Yeah.
So Lloris should not be any different.
Because what are we fighting for now? We're too far away from fourth at the moment, so we have to win. Are we gonna? It's kind of.
How many points are we away from fourth? Do you have the league? Can you bring that up?
But but this is where I'm going with this, right? So Lloris has to you can't play Cesc.
Anyone in the comments?
I don't want to see Cesc back in the team.
We're 5 points off United.
Yeah. And they got a game in hand. So the gap's getting bigger, right?
Yeah.
So you got Cesc as well. These are players that are constantly letting you down as a manager. And it's not to say let's take Cesc, right? Mm-hmm. There are 2 other players that can play left wing back. Doherty can play there. He's fit. And Perisic can play there. So you're playing him. I get the Lloris situation, but at this present moment, Forster's a proven Premier League goalkeeper. You know what? At the end of the day, we're stuck at the moment.
Yeah.
He's like the comment earlier, he's in semi-retirement. So we need to when in decisions like this, Dyer, with Dyer, there's not another good central centre back. So I get why he has to play him.
Yeah, I have a frustration with Conte for that. He came out and said that
these players are not. We know
centre back. Centre back. We need another option
because today, right, if we had 2 quality centre backs in there, those two goals still happen.
Yeah, of course.
Because Cesc still makes mistake with Lloris.
Yeah.
And Højbjerg and Cesc and still don't, and then whoever was in the middle not shutting them down still makes a mistake.
I think we're in a top 5 race now because
we're top of the top 5 race if you want to take the position.
Yeah. We're top of the top 5.
We're looking at behind us because
and we're looking at Brighton as well. And Brighton are playing much better football.
So what happens now if we lose to Manchester City on Thursday?
It's still the same situation at the moment.
And we've got Fulham.
It's still the same situation.
If we lose to Fulham
it's between us and Fulham. Fulham played 1 more game than us. And they're still 2 points away from us. But that Fulham game now looks more interesting as opposed to like us being talked about in the top 4. But I don't think anything changes now about this top 4. Sorry, about this window because I was hoping for either we're really good and we get a point and we win the game, or we're absolutely awful and people scream out for Levy out.
People say we'd be lucky to get top 4 at the moment.
Oh yeah, right now. But listen, I don't think the board are gonna react personally because I don't think it is strong enough, bad enough performance where everyone could be like, oh my days, the team's absolutely terrible, blah 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 blah. It's 1 or 2 mistakes that have led to the goal, and I don't think the board are going to be able to. I didn't hear a single Levy out. I know obviously online
It'll be interesting when we speak to people that went to the game today if there was any Levy out chance. But it should have been. It's one of them. It was the North London derby. I weren't expecting Levy out today, if I'm being honest, because it's the one game you kind of just put it to the side because it was more. But then after that performance, you're kind of thinking, yeah, it's a kind. But the problem is, does that performance today show you the problems that we have inside the club?
We've bought a wing back already on the left hand side. Yeah, so to be fair,
so yeah, we're good. So we're okay there. So we need a right wing back, 2 centre backs, and a goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's what our main priority is.
Because for me today, Sartiday's gone, and Basuma and Bentancur. I'm like, you know what, mate?
When Basuma comes on, he's fine. Yeah. It's just when he starts the game, he's just like, he just can't see it. I think when you see it on the sidelines, you can see the game, what needs to change, what you can improve.
Justin has just confirmed he was there, and it was Levy out chances. So.
See, there you go. I told you, it's not. Hey, it's not conspiracy theory. It's a fact. I'm telling you. Listen, they paid Rupert Murdoch. How can I not hear it? How can you at home not hear Levy out? Not once have I heard Levy out. Not once. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's something going on where you can't hear the Levy outs, bruv. And they're not. The only time we heard it on mainstream media was when Jamie O'Hara called it out, and Jamie O'Hara quickly got a phone call. What are you doing, bro? Like, you're an ex-Tottenham player, rare tear. Then that was completely shut down. We ain't heard no Levy out on mainstream since then. So I'm saying to you, listen, them men are got it patterned up. I'm telling you, them men are paying Sky Sports, the presenters, whoever's in charge, they've got it on lock. And now the focus is going to be on Conte. Because guess what? They don't want a winner at Spurs in Conte. Conte is a serial winner. They can't have Spurs in the chat. In the top 4 race, they need us to go back to Poch. They need us to go back to a lesser manager.
That's not them, though, is it? Because
they need. They don't want.
Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what if Conte is here or not. If the funds are not, well, the funds are coming from above, but if they're not backing him the way he wants to be backed,
we needed a centre
then it's
back.
not got nothing to do with the mainstream media because it's down to how the club's being run. And at the end of the day,
I hear you.
It's a project that Levy never ever sees out.
Listen, if the mainstream are on it, yeah, then it's more pressure.
I think
it's more pressure. I'm telling you, it's another angle that they got to deal with. Because guess what? Yeah, the people after the game, they're like, "Oh, are the board backing you?" It's that Conte had to call out. It wasn't the other way around, you know. Conte had to call out the board. Conte had to say, "Well, you know, Man United, when I get Anthony, you know, at 80 million, what can I do?" You know what I'm trying to say?
But that's the thing. Let's forget Anthony for a second because they didn't. Out of all of it, if Anthony weren't even starting yesterday, Casemiro, at his age and the price they paid, and look at the difference he's made. And I said this earlier,
100%,
and that's where we're at.
Facts only right now.
And when Conte said you need a £50 million player plus, and 3 of them each season, is he?
Bruv, he wasn't talking. He was talking from the heart.
So again,
knowledge, experience.
This is where we're at, and this is where, you know, with the board, with the club, they need to decide what they want because a lot of things are going to shit. You got the ladies team and not, you know, they're not doing very well. You got youth teams not doing well. You got players not coming through. It's just the whole thing's becoming a catalogue of errors. And just seeing the contrast of Tottenham today and Arsenal, you go, you watched the Amazon documentary, if anyone had seen it, and you watched everything on YouTube, a lot of people wanted Arteta out.
100%.
They stuck by him through the worst, and they, you know, he should have been sacked twice. If Arteta was at Spurs and he'd be gone. He'd be
gone. Just like Conte, how people calling for Conte out. Yeah. Trust me, out. He'd be gone.
It's not about getting Conte out. It's building something with him now.
There you go.
But if the board are not gonna back him like Arteta got backed, because Arteta got to get rid of players that everyone went, "What are you doing?" And how many people have had to come out and apologise to Arteta? Big mainstream people because of what's happening.
Even YouTubers.
And we've seen it today.
Being turned wrong.
We've seen it today. And there was a lot of us Spurs YouTubers this week going, my heart. But we all knew in our head.
Bruv, we knew it, bruv. Bear man, we're talking with the heart. We knew, bruv. We knew. Acting like, oh, we're surprised that, you know, we lost 2-0 today. Come on, we've been playing shocking all season.
So it's starting, and all the varieties are starting to come. But that's where we're at.
Listen, for me, in midfield, it wasn't good enough in midfield. I'm saying without the ball And especially with the ball, we had to go long and we had to go direct because there's no transition in the midfield player. We don't have a ball playing midfielder. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We don't have it in our locker. So we don't have, you see like how Chelsea, right? When Conte was there, he had, what do you have? He had Kante.
He had Kante, Matic.
And Matic.
And you got to remember, at first, because everyone forgets this part, Fabregas weren't even in the team.
Right.
And Fabregas, he was always able to bring Fabregas on.
Right.
And then Fabregas got in the team after Christmas, because I heard Fabregas talking about it, and he said, he didn't even want me at first.
Yeah.
He actually said, Conte didn't want me. I had to fight my way back into that team.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why, because they had that second option.
Right.
We don't have that. And then Diego Costa, everything happened with Diego Costa, and it kind of unraveled itself. But this is where we're at. Yeah. But this is why I'm saying, you look at the teams that Conte's had before, Conte's a finisher. He's come to Tottenham at the wrong time.
Nah, it's true.
And that's the problem. Conte should have come here at the end of Poch.
It's true.
When
Facts.
we were ready to finish people off.
Facts.
After that 16, 17.
When Eriksen was here already.
Yeah. When all them players were here. But he's not the man to build. So you have to look at the board and go, what are you doing? In this situation.
Well, they have to back him. If you're here to bring Conte, because clearly Levi, I'm going to call him Levi Jeans wanted to build a name brand manager. That's why he got Mourinho in. He wanted name brand guys. He's like, right, let me get Mourinho. All right, let me get Conte.
And the thing is, if he brings back Poch, we all have to look at Levy and go, well, you've just admitted that you made a mistake the first time round, and you should have gone.
Well, he even said it.
You should have backed him instead of actually, because now you've gone through a recycle of managers. But yeah, Ashmack, please tell people where they can find you before we go.
On Instagram, Ashmack007. Yeah.
Yeah, wait to
if he wants to. Is there any point? I mean, at this point, I'm like, yeah, bro, do what you want with your life. I mean, Spurs is secondary right now, so it's mad. Like, yeah, Tottenham till I die, but right now, obviously, mood's down. And there's more to life than football. That's what I got to say, bro.
No, there isn't.
I don't want anyone to go and commit suicide after this game. We will be back. And my thing is, it's still early on in the season. Not early, but we're halfway through the season. We're halfway through. There's still a lot of games to be played. Arsenal still got to play Manchester United. They will lose against them. I'm very confident about that.
Not Emirates.
No, I am. Emirates, they're at home, but I still think Man U have got a trick in them.
Yeah, Man U.
They're going to be a problem. If they beat Man U, then I'll shut up. Yeah, I'll shut up. I will. They got to play Man City twice. Yeah, just like us.
Yeah.
Chelsea are not looking like a good outfit at the moment, but they've got Mudryk. By then, I think. What's his name will be back. He's the Portuguese player, the playmaker. I forget his name, but anyway, he'll be back, and he was the most attacking player before he got sent off. So I think Chelsea will have something to say. But yeah, that's it. Yao Felix. Sorry.
Just got a quick super chat before I head out. We've got Paude says, at least we ain't Chelsea, y'all.
At least we ain't West Ham as well. But it could be a lot worse, you know. It could be a lot worse.
It feels a lot worse.
It does.
Yeah. Also, you can find me at A View from the South Stand TV on YouTube. We've got our own channel there. So please, if there's anyone in chat, please go over there and subscribe. But as always with We Are Tottenham TV, please like and subscribe to We Are Tottenham TV as well. It's a brilliant channel.
Great channel.
But as always,
come on, you Spurs.